I think this is probably the most requested video ever, besides y'all wanting me to release more music, which will also be coming, by the way. But today I'm gonna be showing y'all what is on my iPhone. I've got the iPhone 13 Pro Max in this beautiful blue color. I've been dying to film this video, really excited to do it now. Without further ado, let's get into it. This is my case. It's from Casetify and it just says Manning. Super cute. I customized it on their website. I just love Casetify so much. On the cover of my phone, my lock screen is a photo of Drew and I. So cute. I love this photo so much. And once you slide up, this is the very first page. All of these photos are photos that I've taken on my phone. I posted a screenshot of just this page and y'all went crazy on Instagram and asked me for my wallpaper to download and then also to do a full in-depth tour. That's what we're doing today. And if you guys want to have the same wallpaper as me, I'll tell you guys at the end of the video how to get that. So my first widget on the top left is Sophia and I in Seaside, Florida. This is one of my favorite black and white photos ever. I don't have many, but I really like this one a lot. Right next to that is a photo of me with the moon in the background. This was also taken at Seaside and the sky was just gorgeous there. The widget below the one of Fia and I is of Drew. He is adorable. And this was taken in Sun Valley, Idaho whenever he came up to visit in July. It's one of my favorite pictures of him. All right, now onto the apps. The first little box folder that I have has 5 different apps. This whole page is kind of like the essentials, like everything that is important for work or for life. So within the box, we've got Quickset, which is the app where I can control my front door. I can lock it from anywhere. I get notified when it's been unlocked, when it's been locked. That's just for the front door. Then I've got Instagram. If y'all are not following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow. My username is carolinemanning. Next to that, we have Snapchat. I will also put my Snap code on the screen so you guys can add me. I don't post much on there, but I do want to start getting more active on that. Then I've got YouTube, obviously, and then YouTube Studio, which is for creators. They can change their titles, descriptions, look at their analytics and stuff. It's like it's an app for YouTubers. Okay, just kidding. I forgot that there's more stuff on the next slide. So then when you slide over, you'll see TikTok, VSco, Tabata, and Pinterest. I'll go ahead and put my usernames for TikTok, VSco, and Pinterest, but Tabata is something that I feel like you guys should all know if you like fitness and you like to work out. So basically Tabata is a really cool app. You can set how long you want your exercise intervals, your rest intervals, the number of sets you want to do. It beeps like a countdown, so whenever you've got 3 seconds left and you know when to stop, it tells you to rest, when to work out. It's free and best app that I ever got for working out. Going out of that folder, we've got camera, photos, and then Vivint. So Vivint is my home security system that I set my alarm there. I have all my security cameras set up with them. So not sponsored, but if you ever decide to move anywhere, whether it's an apartment or a house, I would 100% recommend getting Vivint. They are the best home security system. And then the bottom widget says the day of the week and then the date. And then the background photo is a picture of sand that I took while I was in Seaside. All right, then on the bottom, I just have the main things that I always find myself going to. So I always find myself calling people, always looking things up on the internet, texting people, and opening Spotify to listen to music. So for Spotify, you guys should definitely follow my account. I've got a bunch of different playlists on there, all different themes, and yeah. It's a party. All right, on to the next slide. This is kind of like my payment finance / school stuff. So we've got Wallet, which I don't really pay with my phone often, but it is kind of handy if you ever forget your cards. Next to that, we've got Finance, where I've got 3 different apps. Chase, which is my bank account, Venmo, because I always Venmo people, and PayPal as well. All right, then the last 2 apps I've got are Boise State, which is where I'm going to school, obviously. They've got an app and you can just look at your schedule, your profile, all that stuff. And then Canvas, which, ugh, I literally hate Canvas. I'm kind of upset that Boise uses it because my public school used it, absolutely hated it, and then I got away from it when I went to private school. But you know what, it's okay. Maybe I'll get used to it this year. And then the 2 widgets that I've got are a photo of Gracie, Lexi, Mary, and I in LA. And then I created this little text widget and it says, I'm creating the life of my dreams. I don't know, I feel like I love little words like that, and you might think it's cliche, but honestly seeing it just kind of reassures that for me, and I just really like it. All right, on to slide number 3. This is the actual school slide. Google Classroom, not sure if we're using this. I don't think we are because we're using Canvas. You never know. Google Meet, which is like Zoom. Kahoot, my favorite app ever. If y'all don't know what Kahoot is, oh, I feel terrible. Your school's doing you dirty. Photomath, this is a great app if you have no idea how to do a math problem. You can scan it, and even though it does give you the answer, which is nice sometimes, it tells you in depth, like step by step, how to do the math problem, which is very helpful for me because that's what's ultimately going to benefit you, is if you understand the step-by-step process. Whenever I have a work call, it's always on Zoom, Google Drive, Google Docs, and then Guardian. Guardian is an app for Boise State where if you're ever in an emergency or you need to submit a tip to DPS, you can do that here. Yeah, I'm really glad that Boise has this app for us. My bottom widget is a photo of Drew and I in Sun Valley, Idaho. This is also one of my favorite photos. Fourth slide, this is kind of just a mix of different apps. There really is no special organization. I just put all this here. The first box is my DJI, which is an app to control my drone because I have a DJI Maverick drone, which I do need to get out and use more often, but right now it's in Texas. Then I've got my GoPro app. I don't really use my GoPro as much either, but I do want to start getting back into using that. And then Fonto is an app that I use to make my thumbnails. So I get questions all the time on how I make my thumbnails, and I make it through this app. You can add different text. You can put in the pixel numbers like 1280 by 720. That's how you make a thumbnail. Next folder has a bunch of photo editing stuff. So I've got Epic, which is a really good photo editing app. I've been obsessed with them. I've been using them for the past 3 months. Really like it, and I've got an exciting brand deal with them coming up soon. So big fan of them. Then I've got Splice, which is great for video editing. Whenever I have to put together an IGTV or a reel, that's the app that I'll typically use. Prequel, I don't really use as much anymore because you have to pay a really big fee to use it, but they've got really cool filters. They have like vintage stuff as well. Then I've got Afterlight, which is another photo editing app. Unfold, which is good for Instagram story layouts, kind of gives you like aesthetic stuff. Facetune is one of my favorite apps for photoshopping things out of photos. So if I'm taking a street photo and there's like a piece of litter on the ground, you can actually get that out through the Photoshop thing on there. But other than that, they also have really good editing features when it comes to lighting and saturation and all that. SETI is a really good photo editing app as well. They've got really cool filters, and you don't have to pay for them, but you have to follow the Instagram account to unlock them. Gradient is another one of those, and Preview, I'm really excited to show this. With Preview, you can actually plan out your Instagram feed, and so it won't actually post it directly to Instagram. You can schedule it if you want to post it at a certain time, but I like this app because I can just see what my feed is gonna look like beforehand. Then next folder, we've got Grubhub and DoorDash. Those are my two favorite places for food delivery services. I think I'm definitely a bigger fan of Grubhub just because I've got a tight relationship with them. They're literally the best. But you know, if I'm ever in LA doing some work and I don't feel like paying $50 for room service, I will typically Grubhub. And then that last folder on this slide are my games. These are all games I can play on the airplane, and it doesn't require Wi-Fi, so that's why I have them. So I've got Subway Surfers, obviously the best. Geometry Dash, love that game. And then Helix Jump, which is a very addicting and frustrating game. All right, next slide. This has a mix of food, but also GPS navigation stuff. So first we've got Find My iPhone, typical, always helpful. Waze, Maps, and Google Maps are the three apps that I use for directions. I will say out of all of these, I like Waze the best just because it tells you when police are near, it tells you when there's road work, you can choose alternate routes. That's my favorite out of the three, but sometimes, you know, the other ones have better routes. Then in the row below that, I've got 3 food/drink apps: Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, and Pressed. I always find myself going to these places. These are the only food and eatery places that I'll actually get apps for because you can scan and get points. Yeah, I load all my gift cards onto Starbucks and Chick-fil-A and Press. And then the last app on that row is All Trails, which is a really cool app. Basically, you can put in your location and it'll show you all of these trails and hikes near you. It's a really cool app actually. And it tells you the length of them, how long it might take you to do it and how far it is. And then I've got a large widget photo of the beach. Next slide, we've got a cute widget photo of the sky. I love sunsets, you guys know this. This is my TV show, movie, music page. All of my TV subscriptions that I watch are on this. The CW, Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO, Netflix, yeah. And then for music, I don't know why I have music twice on here, but I don't use the music iTunes app really. I only use Spotify, but it's there just for whatever, I don't know. But I do like SoundCloud, and SoundCloud, I have been listening to SoundCloud stuff a lot more recently. And then obviously Amazon Alexa. I don't have an Amazon Alexa currently because I lost my other one, I think, in the move, but I'm planning on getting one for this house. All right, and then last slide, this is the file of junk and nothing really. So it's called productivity, and it's just all the apps that I don't really find myself gravitating towards. So it's kind of just tucked away in a little folder. That is what's on my iPhone. I hope you guys liked today's video. I've gotten so many questions about this. If you go to my Instagram and you go to the highlight that says links with a little heart, and you keep tapping, you'll see the photo of the moon, and you can hold it down, add it to your wallpaper. I love the layout of my phone. I'm finally happy with it. Call me crazy, but I swear I feel a lot more motivated and productive when my phone layout looks good. Could just be a me thing, but yeah. So I hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, don't do anything. I love y'all so much. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see y'all in my next video. Ciao.
All the flowers in my garden never looked as bright as this. Like a happy child of